Hey mayhems, welcome on in. Today, I want to talk about something very serious. Something I meant to talk about historically in June, but now I can talk about here and now because it's happening as we speak. Let's talk Comics Code of Authority and how we're seeing it happen again, but this time in video games. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Mimix, a queer, nerdy, variety streamer who loves all things horror, fantasy, and comic books. I do my best rambling and ranting about media literacy and exploring fantastical situations. But today we need to step into reality. Some of you already know this, but very recently, Visa, PayPal, and MasterCard started delisting games across Steam and other online game retailers due to new guidelines set into place that seem to target certain kinds of adult content, which is vague enough to make a case for literally almost anything. Yes, it's going to immediately affect games with sexual themes, but it is eventually going to progress past that. It's not going to take just entertainment away from the gooners. It is going to target everything possible. But why did I mention Comics Code of Authority? What does that have to do with anything going on right now? Well, nerds, it's simple. It's censorship. Back in the day, in the early 50s and 60s, the Comics Code of Authority was created by wackos and purity culture to restrict media, specifically comics, from showing all scenes of horror, excessive bloodshed, gory or gruesome crimes, depravity, lust, sadism, and masochism, all of which were vague ideas and could be applied wherever they wanted by any metric. It censored comics for literal decades, and it was most well known for restricting authors and artists from creating diverse and queer characters throughout the big two, Marvel and DC, and other comic brands. Some people would tell you it wasn't necessary to have the Comics Code of Authority on your comic line or title. But others, myself included, would note that advertisers and retailers wouldn't put your comic on their shelf majority of the time if you didn't have it, which restricted visibility and accessibility for content, keeping creative and interesting stories and art from being shared. The same thing is starting here. These payment processors and methods are telling Steam and other online gaming retailers what it can and can't have on their storefront as easily accessible. And once restrictions start, the line of what they restrict and ban never stops. It gets pushed further and further and further. We already are seeing horror games get affected. Soon, it will literally just be any genre that happens to have specific messaging and or representation. I don't care if you're anti-woke. I don't care that some of you think I'm exaggerating. What I care about is freedom to create and tell stories, and that is being threatened right here and right now in this industry that has seen nothing but growth and creativity and potential for the last several years. We're talking about the last 15 years of gaming, seeing exponential boom and growth and as a true method of storytelling. It's not gonna be the big gaming IPs that are affected by this. We're gonna see indie games, creative and new IPs take hits and be thrown under the bus for this. They will suffer. They will not be able to create what they want to create. Their messages will be gone. They won't have the money to appease whatever is going on here. Even if you want Gooner games gone or hate them yourself, that just means you don't buy them, you don't support them, and you really shouldn't be talking about them because all you're doing is giving them free advertising. It doesn't mean they should get banned, because they are our first line of defense for everything expression-wise. They're always going to be the first thing on the chopping block because purity culture exists and it's trying to strip away anything it deems as deviant. That never stops. It never does. We're going to see lobbyists, companies, and political parties try to keep doing this over and over again. And it's up to us, the people, to make their lives a living hell. This won't end with video games. It will move on to other forms of entertainment and consumerism. So, we need to fight while it's still just starting and make sure it ends before any damage is truly done. So what can we do? First thing, we need to reframe this narrative. If we keep saying, payment processors removing adult content from Steam and other online retailers, it's gonna come off as a title to the public as pathetic porn addict virgins upset over big pharma or big company or big whatever. It's gonna be some big stupid title that doesn't make sense to the modern audience. So, we need to say instead, payment processors accused of overreach after forcing online storefronts to stop selling specific content or be blacklisted. People might realize that this is a legitimate threat, that what we're experiencing is only just the beginning, and that it will continue. We can also look at Reddit. There are gaming communities, for example, on what to do and how to do it. They are trying to contact Visa directly by using their dedicated contact forms. They have drafted up messages and are consistently doing the work to be heard. This is also working. Visa, MasterCard are reporting that they are being overwhelmed about this issue, which for the most part, they probably wouldn't talk about this if they weren't being so overwhelmed. That's a good sign. And lastly, we can also just sign petitions, the good old-fashioned way, which many people believe do not work, but it has been used in the past to show that a vast majority of people are generally just against something or are for something, rallying behind a cause, showing numbers, showing statistics. Presenting a concise and united front makes all the difference. Do not let up. Keep the heat going. So, what do you think? Are you okay with payment processors doing this? Do you not care? Are gamers just overreacting? Or are you outraged? Do you feel like freedom of expression is truly at risk? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I have been Mimics, you are the Mayhems, and this video is something new we're trying. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.